Hello, Leo. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read from I'm dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, 53 Tarot Pages Review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Interesting. I'm not understanding that, but we'll go with it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not understanding that. Why that? There's the devil. I asked the question, why that? The devil. Whoo, here we go. There you are, Leo. Look at this. Here we go. This is an energy. Damn. Okay. Let's see how this progresses. Jeez. Okay. Before we get too far into this, jumping in, Leo. That's quite the energy. I'm not understanding that. Interesting. What are they working through? What are they working through? This is fascinating. Wow. I mean, I kind of feel like they are choosing to go that direction, so I guess we'll go that direction. I don't understand that. But, life does work in mysterious ways, doesn't it, Leo? We'll go with it. Teach their own. So, whatever is going on, when it comes to slow and steady, they have a huge problem with it. I mean, that is a huge problem with slow and steady. I don't understand why. I'm not going to ask questions. It is what it is. For some reason, once again, normally I was telling you this, Leo, like, hold on, Leo, hold on. I remember this. It was showing up a while ago. Like, hold on, Leo, hold on. There's like it's interesting. There's like a pause. I don't know why they're kind of contradicting themselves. I don't get this. I'm not understanding what the dynamic here is between the two of you and why they contradict themselves. Like they choose to do something and they have a problem with their choice or their decision to do this. Hmm. Hmm. I feel as if they are working through this, but what I don't understand is even though they are working through some things clearly emotionally and mentally about themselves and about the situation, the circumstances between the two of you, it is taking quite a bit of effort on their end to kind of like, geez, what is that? What I don't understand is like, why did they show me? They understand the process and how this works moving forward with kind of working with their thoughts, their minds, their emotions, working with themselves. It does show up a little bit, kind of like self improvement and self help, and kind of doing work on oneself. To be honest, but the way they respond to this on the opposite end is something completely different. It's an interesting play of like once again light and shadow or light and darkness. Yes, yes, in a sense they are. Jeez, gonna give me a riddle today, Leo. They choose to move the way they do. They end up having a problem with that, like with their choice, but then they do kind of straighten that out. But then once again, it's like, that is interesting. That is so very interesting. What is that shadow? That's why that devil energy shows up. Like, what is that shadow that comes out? It's like fine, you kind of want to choose, you want to choose to be that in that devil energy. Then fine, you're gonna learn about it too. I get within the like, and that's what's fascinating is like within the same breath. Like, okay, you can choose that. To each your own. Live and let live. Um, hmm. I don't understand that though. Like, why are they? I don't get that. They show me the skills to work with it over here, but then over here it's like choice. That's the equivalent of someone being like, you have all the tools and resources to, I don't know, to do better for yourself. And they do for that split second. And then all of a sudden it's kind of like, well, they wake up one day randomly, like, what's that old saying? They woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They wake up randomly, it feels like, and just energetically like, you know what? Fuck all that. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do anyways. And it's like, okay, Jekyll and Hyde. Um, Usually I make that comment for Gemini. Jekyll and Hyde, kind of like speaking out of both sides of your mouth. Like you say one thing over here, but then you say something completely opposite and contradicting over here. Like Harvey Two Face from Batman. One side is just burnt and scarred, and the other side looks normal. Like, well, why am I looking at two, contradicting energies? Um, and what is going on between the two of you? Like, I don't understand that. Like, what is the emphasis where, like, once again, they make a decision, but because they make a decision, this is kind of like my will be done. Like, they're trying to, like, push, or unfortunately with that devil, they're trying to force my will be done. Like, no, it's like, but at the same time, once again, they know not what they do. Go figure. Go figure, Leo. This is like one of those situations of, like, I am who I am. You either accept me for who I am or you don't. But when you kind of have that mentality, it's like, you kind of give the whole world a middle finger. Like, I am who I am. It is what it is. But the whole world is going to in turn turn around and give you the middle finger back. It's like, damn. Mm-mm-mm. What is that What is that battle? What is that? Once again, what is that storm raging within? They're showing me multiple connections, Leo. I don't know if I kind of feel like there may be a third party energy in this, because I don't feel like those are both you. I don't feel like those are both you. It could be at the same time. I'm like, don't know. That is an interesting energy, though. That is a very interesting energy. I'm a little curious as to what their lesson is. Um, okay. That's why. That's why. Those are two different people, Leo. That's a third party situation. Those are two different people. Those are two different people. Um, Go figure. Yeah, go figure. I understand that lesson. That's for them to learn. I'm not gonna say that. Um, that is a lesson waiting to happen. Unfortunately, it's a very difficult and hard lesson to learn. And the way they respond to this is just something else. There's a Seven of Swords. You gonna show me the Tower too? You gonna show me the Tower too, because you're playing with that energy. It is what it is, Leo. It is what it is. This is a situation of like, you ain't gonna tell me different. You ain't gonna tell me otherwise. You ain't gonna tell me shit. You ain't. Okay. It is. You ain't gonna tell me shit. You know, some people, there's a Three of Swords. Some people, you just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, and once again, that's what I'm talking about. That's that situation where they can, with that devil, you can be toxic. It is what it is. Be toxic then. Um, but then what happens is, heads up, because that Seven of Swords turns around towards you, Leo. Like, they start thinking once again strategically, shady, sneaky towards you, and they start looking at you like you're the problem, you're the issue, and it's like, okay. So what happens when someone that's closed-minded all of a sudden has you in their sights and you're the problem, and it's like you can't get through them, you can't tell them differently, you can't even show them differently, and that's the crazy thing. um there's only one reason why the devil energy would show up that way. There's only one reason why. It's like, you want to play with that devil, you go right ahead then. You go right ahead. You want to go take a bite out of that forbidden fruit, you go right ahead. There's the Tower. Like I said, it's just an energy where, and unfortunately, they're realizing like, they got nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what is that fixation? That's a complete breakdown. It's a complete breakdown. And things are, it's like things, unfortunately, that negativity starts spiraling so fast, there ain't shit they can do about it. What I don't understand is, it's like, they're like, for some reason, there's like this projection, this blame of like, this is all your fault, Leo, and whatever this is about, goodness gracious, as sneaking as shitty as they want to be, and as, thick-headed as they want to be, um you can't outrun yourself, you can't hide from yourself, and this. This. You got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. for some reason, it's like they don't want to hear it, they don't want to see it, they don't want to deal with it. It's like if it's not their way, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, hell of a shadow. Oh my gosh, hell of a shadow. They know it. They know it too. That's crazy. That is crazy. There's the world. They're like, fuck this. Exactly. Exactly. It's just, they're like, and there you are, Leo, on top of the deck. It's just, what do you say? There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can show them. It's like you just, for some reason, they're not going to change. Unfortunately, they're not going to change. Does a tiger change its stripes? No. Does a leopard change its spots? No. That's what they're showing me. Like they just don't care. So it's like if you just don't care, then I guess learn the hard way. You know, it's like I sometimes will say, like if someone's not listening, stop talking. I mean, it's like you're not getting something. That means you're not talking to listen. You're talking to talk, to purposely make a point. That just means that you're talking at someone rather than talking with someone. They just want to hear themselves. They just want to hear themselves. It's like it's unfortunate what they're emphasizing with that devil energy is there's no room for you, Leo. There's no room for you. It's all them. And that's the crazy part about this is for some reason it's like, oh, you're gonna find out if you make everything about you all the time, well then fine. Life has got a hard ass lesson for you. It's like if no one can, jeez Louise. It is what it is. It is what it is, Leo. Um, they know it. They know it. A little more. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't understand that. That is, oh my gosh. That's what I'm saying. It's just, no surprise. I'm not surprised. I'm not. I'm not surprised. I'm not. And there you are, Leo. I'm not surprised. Like that is such an energy where it's like, that is between you and you, Crosswatcher. That is between you and you. How do you, like an addict? The only way that someone's going to be helped is if they want help. Do you want to recover? Yes. Then you have to do the work. What they're showing me with that devil energy is they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They choose that energy. They choose it. So therefore, it's kind of like, what are you going to tell them? You can't tell them anything. You can't even get through to them, unfortunately. And then they wonder like why that right there is like so difficult to like in a sense reach. What do you think? What do you think? Even with that world card, even with that door closing, they're like, nothing is okay. And it's like, I wonder why. I wonder why. This is someone that just kind of, unfortunately, they're kind of emphasizing like they just like to hear themselves talk. But it's like they don't actually hear their own words of what they're saying and kind of piecing together like what they're saying or how they're doing it because they don't care. That's crazy. That's crazy making. Play on playa. There is a third party in this, Leo. Yeah. And that's what I was talking about. It's just that's the deck. Yeah. Yeah. That's a third party situation. Someone's cheating or having an affair. Or someone has a sneaky link on the side. I don't know. Unfortunately, because it is them, Leo, there's a third party there. Like I don't give a shit. Then don't. But if you don't want to be told, you don't want to hear it, you don't want to see it, it's kind of like okay, then don't expect anybody to say anything. It's like the only thing that you want to see or hear is if it supports or confirms what you're saying or what you hear, what you think. And unfortunately, it's kind of like I'm looking at Agent Smith from The Matrix. He wants everyone around him. Eventually, at the end of I think that was the third one, he turns everyone into him, and it's sort of like, congratulations, Agent Smith, you took over the world. Now it's just you, and you. Because Agent Smith is just full of himself. He can't see past himself. It's interesting. Agent Smith is actually a fractured. Agent Smith is a fractured perspective. Why do you think he has to duplicate himself? Because he actually isn't as everywhere as he thinks he is. Don't know, Leo. Like I said, that's the full deck. Um, they're like, and by the way, they're like, hell yeah, I'm going to have a third party because I don't know what's going on between me and you, Leo. And it's like, okay, so you got an answer for everything, I guess, except for what that main problem is. Bye.